The thing that causes world hunger is climate and weather where you live. Say you lived in Africa where it is really dry and little rain each year. It's harder to find food and water. Plus, there are no cars in Africa, which means there are no roads in Africa, which means you would have to walk or ride horseback to find food and water. And when you find the food or water, the water might be down to here, but by the time you get back to your house, it's down to here. Plus, it's not filtered, unlike our water, so it's unhealthy to drink. And there are natural disasters like floods, tornadoes for a long period of time. And it makes hunger increase for that amount of time because you have no connection to the outside world. Until you reconnect, that's when you can tell people you had food, water, and stuff like that. Wildfires too, because it can burn crops. Say you were a farmer and you had a plantation and your crops burned. That was your food for your family. Or you're going to sell those crops to the market, but now you can't because they're burned. Poverty is one of the main causes of world hunger because we don't all hit natural disasters and we don't all live in desert-like places. But a lot of people can afford to buy food and water. But the three overall main causes of world hunger is climate and weather, and natural disasters, and poverty, and the effects. And the effects is world hunger, lack of education, health problems. It all comes down to that. There's a cause and there's an effect. For example, with health problems, when people go to places like Africa to give food to the people there might have diseases that you don't know about yet. And you catch the disease, and you go back to your house, and you spread it to your family and their friends, and you go to the hospital, and they don't have a cure for it because they don't know exactly what it is. And that's why a lot of people will die due to that, and maybe that's why people don't want to go to deserted places like Africa because they don't want to get sick. For example, with lack of education, if you have no education, you'll have no job, and if you have no job, then you'll be in poverty. So it goes back to poverty again, the causes. The solutions. What people are doing to help is food banks, anti-hunger groups. What you can do is give food to food banks. You could donate them to getting better education. Maybe they'll build a school out there. You can protest. That's a different way. You can ask people to sign petitions. There are so many ways you can help. And remember, world hunger is not just about food. It is about health and education and poverty. It's time to take action. Thank you.